A giant hand suddenly reached out from behind the boy, grabbed a handful of fruit on the ground, then it went back into the darkness, only to see a figure hiding in the darkness. Before the boy could see clearly, the dark figure announced itself.
I am the king of the panther. Come in.
It was obvious that this giant ape was not only the owner of the palace, but also the king of the monkey group, and the reason why the great ape had captured the boy was to make a deal with him. The great ape knew that the boy was being hunted by a tiger, and he could offer protection. The only condition was to teach him how to make red flowers, that is, the source of fire. The great ape told the boy that he had everything now, and that if he could control the fire, then the whole forest would be his to rule. But the boy grew up in the forest. He didn't know how to make fire, but the great ape thought the boy was lying. He thought that all humans could make fire. The conversation between the two became more and more tense.
You can't or you won't.
I can!
You will! Excuse me? Anybody?
At the critical moment, the brown bear suddenly made a dangerous move. It attracted the attention of all the monkeys at once. This is the Black Panther, also from the side of the danger. The boy was quietly taken away by the opportunity. But then one of the monkeys suddenly turned around. They found them and headed for the giant ape. They could only run away quickly. The great ape was furious, ordered to catch them while also planning to personally. They ran outside. The panther and the brown bear let the boy go first. They stayed behind to hold back the monkeys, but because of the overwhelming number of monkeys, the two beasts were also in a bitter battle. The brown bear suddenly stood up, roared to scare off the monkeys. And at that moment the giant also rushed out, although he was huge in size, but he was very agile. Before the boy could run out of the palace, the giant was already in front of him. The boy threatened the giant that the Wolf King would not spare him, but the giant told him that the Wolf King was already dead. After saying that, he immediately pounced on the boy. The boy hurriedly climbed the stairs to the second floor. He hid behind a pillar and hid. The boy continued to run for his life while the giant ape, due to the size of too large, he had to keep hitting the pillar and chasing after him. The boy finally found the exit, and the great ape, because of the collision of many pillars, the palace lost its support and began to collapse, directly buried the great ape in the pile of rocks. Seeing this, the monkeys did not want to fight. They all ran to remove the rocks to rescue the giant. The panther and the brown bear also got out of trouble, but the boy was not happy at all, because the Wolf King who had been taking care of him was killed by the tiger. He wanted to take revenge for the Wolf King. Then the boy ran to the human village. Here he saw the red flower with his own eyes. He knew that the only way to defeat the evil fire was with fire, so he stole a torch. Then he ran back to the wolves, but he accidentally left the fire in the grass. An eagle found the fire in the boy's hand. He flew all over the forest to deliver the message. When the animals found out, they were terrified. They all came to the river. At that moment the boy also came with a torch, shouting for the tiger to come out.
I think they're afraid of something else now.
The animals were afraid of the fire. The half-steps were very serious. The tiger continues to act as a sowing of dissension, saying that it's impossible for humans to live in peace with animals, stimulated by the excitement of the boy throwing the torch into the water. However, this is exactly what the tiger wanted. Without a source of fire, the boy was like a lamb to the slaughter. At the critical moment, the brown bear and the black panther came forward. They protected the boy to the death, and the wolves also stood by the boy's side. The tiger was furious. He would not tolerate anyone challenging his majesty. He then rushed up to bite them all to death. The brown bear was the first to go up and fight with him. With his agility, the tiger beat the bear. When the wolves saw this, they swarmed on him. The boy also rushed forward with excitement, but the panther jumped him to the ground. He told the boy, "You are not a wolf. Think what a human would do at this moment." When the boy heard this, he understood. He got up and ran to the burning forest. The wolves were no match for the tiger, but when he saw the boy running away, the tiger did not want to fight. After breaking away from the pack, He quickly chased after him. The boy climbed the tree. But tigers can climb trees too. Luckily, he was too big. The small branches couldn't support his weight. The boy took the opportunity to run to another big tree. When he tried to escape by grabbing the vine, the tiger was blocked by a small tree fork. The wolf also hurried to climb up, but in the end, the tiger forced him to a dead end. There was no way to escape in front of him. The tiger smiled wickedly when it succeeded. After entering the attacking range, it pounced hard. It turned out to be a withered fury. The boy was deliberately luring the tiger into a trap. Eventually, the tiger fell into the sea of fire and was buried here. The boy used human wisdom to defeat him, but he was not happy at all, because his forest home was being burned. He walked back with a sullen look on his face, but suddenly there was hope. The herd appeared in front of him. The boy immediately kneeled down and the luggage was finally pushed down to the herd. The trees blocked the river and changed the direction of the water, extinguished the fire in the forest. The animals' homes were saved. The forest without tigers returned to peace. The boy also chose to stay here, to live with his friends forever.